Fuerstenau. Martha, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, nice to see you today.
Nice to see you.
I know we have a lot to catch up on. First of all, congratulations. It's American One Credit Union's 75th anniversary.
Yes. Yep, we're celebrating all year. We've had little mini celebrations at all our branches, all our 16 branches throughout the year. We're inviting members in and having a little celebration. Big staff party on the 28th of June with board and a few other people. But yeah, we're very excited, and we're going to use this opportunity to talk about the sustainability of the credit union and what we do in the community, and just remind people that there's a lot of businesses in Jackson that have been here a long time, and it's really, you know, the business community is an important part of any town, and we're a part of that.
And it seems like Jackson is so heavily connected to credit unions. You look at other towns, and there are credit unions, but the involvement of the credit unions in your leadership at American One, I don't think it's happening. It doesn't happen in other towns.
Well, I don't know about that. Michigan is a big credit union state compared to other states in the country, and so a lot of credit unions came out of manufacturing, quite frankly, and people coming together to be able to provide lending opportunities to folks that weren't really able to get loans at banks and things like that. So actually the state of Michigan is really strong in credit unions, and Jackson being historically a manufacturing town, we've always had a lot of credit unions, not as many anymore, but our membership, like there's a lot of people in Jackson County that are members of a credit union.
Yeah, and over the years, a lot of credit unions have changed, combined, merged, changed names. In terms of Jackson, I think what the credit unions do in terms of community and involvement and support, I don't think is matched.
That I will agree with you, and specifically, well, this weekend when I was, had this award experience, Chrissy Siders at True Community, she was on a panel of CEOs during it was a conference, and she was talking about the collaboration between Chrissy and myself, between True and American One, to benefit the community, and that was seen as an unusual partnership.
Yeah, and last week you were honored with the Michigan Credit Union League Professional of the Year Award. Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And one of the reasons that the Credit Union League and Foundation honored you was the growth that you have, I think, presided over in your years as president and CEO. It's a very strong credit union, which has had growth year in and year out.
Yeah, yes, we have had strong growth over the last 8 years, and that is something to talk about, but honestly, I don't think our members really care as long as we're there for them in the moment that they need us. And so I think we need to talk about more than our asset size or things like that. But that is a measurement that, we look at, obviously.
Well, as members, the health of the credit union growth and the stability, that all benefits a member, their owners.
Yeah, that's right. We need to stay to help people. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, this is one of many awards. It's just looking at some of the things that have happened under your leadership. Last year, you received an award. You've received awards from Henry Ford. You've received awards from the industry. You've received community awards. And all, I think, for not just the leadership of the credit union, but your personal involvement in community.
Yeah.
What are the things that you like to be involved in? Why is it important that you're in the community in addition to running the credit union?
It's important to me personally because I live here, and I've lived here for now over 40 years, and I've invested in this community personally, and so there's a way that I want Jackson to be for me, and if I can influence, the betterment of Jackson by serving on some boards or doing whatever I do volunteer-wise, I'm happy to do it. I like to do it. I like meeting new people. I think it's really interesting how collaborative Jackson actually is. If you want to compare communities in the collaboration, I do think Jackson is better than most from what I hear. And I want to be a part of that. It's fun for me. And I also think it helps the company. I think it helps American One for me to be out in the community. People can see me as that face or representing the credit union, and hopefully that makes them want to be a part of it too.
You're on a lot of boards, including the Purple Rose Theater, which we will have guests, actors from the summer show later in today's show. But you're on several other boards, the Henry Ford,
Lean Rocket Lab, Accelerate Jackson. So, yeah.
It keeps you busy, and you've got a really challenging assignment for the summer that you've given yourself. You are going to be participating in DALMAC on Labor Day.
Yeah, it sounded really good in January. And I did a planning schedule, and I knew what the time commitment was going to be. And June and July is really the big time, because you just have to bike the miles. You have to get the miles in, and that means I just have no time except to be on my bike, which I don't mind, but it's a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely something you have to train for. There's several routes. It's 4 or 5 days.
We're doing a 5-day.
How many total miles is your route?
It's over 300. I don't know what the exact mileage is. It's about 70 miles a day.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And it gets hillier as you go north. It gets beautiful, but it'll be a challenge for me. I always have to have a challenge.
You've never done it before?
I've not done DALMAC before because of the camping. I was not interested in it, so I'm doing hotels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you done a century before?
No. Yes, but not on purpose. I just yes.
So the camping, I agree with you. I'm not a camper, but I would like to go to the like the dinner when they, at the school gym, when they all get together at the end of the day, and they all, the local community comes out and puts the dinner on for the bike riders.
Yeah, I can do that.
And then go to the hotel.
And then go to the hotel, shower, air conditioning, yes.
Ice cream store.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, for training, you're going to be on your bike all summer long. That's you've got nothing else to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you mentioned at the beginning, the credit union, it faces some threats this summer. The credit union industry, there are various pieces of legislation happening in Washington that want to make some changes, to how credit unions are governed. Is that something that, is the industry, taking a serious look at that? Is that a serious threat?
Yeah. Well, we always take it as a serious threat, and we galvanize the forces. Credit unions are really good at what we used to call it grassroots efforts. And hearing from our members, because our members are our owners, and they are many times our best spokespeople to the folks in Congress, because there's so many of them. We take all of it very seriously right now. It's kind of hard to know where things are going to land, so we address all of it.
One of the things that people have noticed, the East Michigan corridor, that has been perking up.
Yes.
And you have been involved as an individual, but also as the credit union in trying to restore the luster to East Michigan Avenue. What are some of the things that are happening that you're excited about?
Well, right now what I'm excited about is we've put together a coalition of businesses that are funding a feasibility study. And so you need these sorts of studies in order to really do long-term planning in terms of the kind of development that you want to do. And then if there are other resources, state or federal, that can help you with that development. For instance, if that East Michigan area that we're talking about from the train station east, we could go all the way to 127, but honestly, I'm most concerned about, to the hospital. We could be a corridor, like the MLK corridor or something like that. So those are the kinds of things that we're exploring, just if it could help us. But I honestly think that, of course, I think everything's going to be easy, but it seems so obvious to me that, you know, we've got a lot of vacant storefronts there, but we have people that are making, I mean, American One's made investment, IEP put in a new urgent care right there, we've got the hospital, and then you think about just, you know, the change in ownership of the Coney Island restaurants, and then, you know, the strip club's gone, and we're going to have an Italian restaurant, and all those things from private investment, I think, are very important and probably more sustainable in the long run than you know, the city coming in and, you know, making something happen. I'd rather it be, you know, real small investors coming together to improve that corridor there.
Yeah, it really is grassroots. It's
Yeah.
being led by the community.
Yep.
And I think
And all the housing, like, I don't know if you've been over, it's hard to get over there right now, but all the housing that's happening north of us it's transformational.
Yeah, and a lot of that, it's not part of the 100 homes. It's individual investors and
builders,
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's exciting.
The other thing I wanted to ask you about, I drove up to Shepherd the other day, and I drove past Alma.
Yes.
And I know you went to Alma College.
I did.
And then you got your MBA from Michigan.
Yep.
How did you get from Alma to Michigan to Jackson?
Well, I actually came from Alma to Jackson. So that's how I was in Jackson, and I worked for 14 years at American One before I got my MBA. And so, you know, just right down the road, they had an evening program, and that's how I did it. Yeah. Yeah.
In your hometown, what's your hometown?
I don't consider to have I've grown up, we moved around. So I went to 2 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 2 high schools.
That's right, your dad was a pastor.
He was a pastor, retired now, but yeah, we moved around quite a bit. So Michigan is my home.
Well, I'm glad you landed here, and the community is certainly a beneficiary of that. Congratulations on your latest honor, Martha.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in today.
I appreciate it.
Martha Fuerstenau is President and CEO of American One Credit Union. A lot more coming